Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of the Life of Mike. This is technically my first video other than it not being a stream since I've been out. So I basically wanted to summarize what all happened when I got locked up. Okay, I was waiting to go to, I showed up to court, right? Everybody remembers I showed up to court and they're like, hey, you don't even have court today, you're not supposed to be here, you can't pass because of COVID-19 clearance, right? And of course I leave. I swear it was like the last straw. They're gonna tell me they're gonna revoke my bond. Say I did everything I was supposed to, right? And I told the judge that. I told the judge when I went to court for threatening a mental health worker, live on my YouTube channel. That's what they said in court. They're like, Michael threatened a mental health worker live on his YouTube channel, and I was just like, I felt kind of bad, but still wanted to prove my point, right? Actually, here's the funny thing about it. I told them how I felt all the way up to the point they were like, yo, you need to go to mental health, man. Say it. Like, the judge could have given me contempt of court, right? That's what people fail to realize. Like, I guess you could call it how I was talking before I went to jail, right? But, like, I know everything I said is like, and I don't remember it. It's just like, there's like a point in life, right, to where everybody is not doing what they're supposed to, right? This is professional people. You're talking about that I got court and I got to revoke my bond, but I showed up at court. But yet, what was the point of letting me out on bond? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, and my lawyer didn't tell me that. And then it's like, okay, you didn't show up, but I can't show up again to reprove that. That I was going to mental health and that they wanted to revoke my bond. It was all confusing. Like, the whole thing, see how it sounds? Is like I'm trying to word it correctly, and there's no way to word it correctly because I always got to start at some stupid fucking point of view and get it, you know, for y'all to understand it. So my point is, they were in the wrong. I told the judge what happened. I was like, this happened. I was supposed to go to trial because of this reason. I even show up to the courthouse, and they're talking about, oh, there was a misunderstanding. Of course there's a misunderstanding. You can't arrest me, okay, it's like this. Imagine if I really did miss court, right? I really did miss court, and there was not a misunderstanding. They would come arrest me. They would come get me, and I'd be in jail. But since they were already going to play that card on me and revoke my bond, but come up with a mental health reason and then say there was like a misunderstanding, that was called the diversion. You know what I mean? Remember how I told y'all and I showed it to the mental health. You know how like people wish they could have went back in time and did something, right? Knowing that something took place, and you wish you'd go back and just say one fucking thing, say, fuck you, that's what I already did. I already did that. I did that first because I already know what was going to take place. It's not like me doing that caused this thing to take place. I already knew what they're doing. They wasn't keeping track of the fact I was going to the mental health thing. They were going to figure out a way to revoke my bond and get me locked up, give me a mental health assessment test again, evaluate it, and then send me to the mental home to delay it even further, and then on top of the court being delayed because of COVID-19. That's why I got delayed. I didn't get no time. Just when I went to court, and then after COVID-19 got delayed, court date a few times when I got in jail, because then it's got to be set even further, and then the docket and then the mental health thing got complete, and then they just got to let me out because at that point, like I said, which witnesses? Remember I was hopping up and down saying, bring your fucking witnesses to court? I beat that shit, man. Like, that's what people fail to fucking realize. I told motherfuckers at the very beginning. I read the fucking motion of discovery. They said a bunch of shit that didn't even happen. I'm like, yo, that's not what happened, man. I was like, something happened, but it's not that serious what happened. It's serious, but it's not that serious at the same time because you've exaggerated the truth. It's like going to the store and a person throwing their fries over the counter, but yet the person's going to say that the person drew a gun on the person, but really all the dude did was throw fries over the fucking counter and leave and point at the person, but dude never had a gun. See, you're lying at that point. So now the person's not even wrong of throwing the fries because you done lied the fact that where's the gun, the fries ain't even the fucking factor no more. That's the point I'm trying to make, you know. It's really hot today. It's like 94, 95 degrees, but the heat index is a little bit lower today. And there's some humidity. And I got to dodge all these cars. Walking. But the sun's beaming directly on me. So look, Yeah, I beat that shit. Judge he said, okay. He said, you think you want to say to the guy? I apologize to the guy, of course, the mental health worker that I threatened. But it was like there was no one to, how can I say this? To blame. It was no one's responsibility for their end, even though, regardless of my end, if I did the responsibility or not, there was a sheet. There was a blind space there, regardless I went there or not, because that's something they're supposed to keep track of so I can remain free on bond, and that was their bond stipulation. Now, because I spaz out and I finally say something to get arrested for something, then my lawyer was lying to me saying that the reason why I got locked up was something else. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I got locked up because I threatened this motherfucker. I got locked up again before I had a chance to call you, because she's like, Michael, you can go ahead and call me so we can schedule a day for you to get arrested so you revoke your bond and mental health thing, which was going to be a more formal arrest. Like, hey, we're detaining you, and the cops just detain you at that point. Unfortunately, you got to sit in jail and then get sent to the mental home. You don't really go to the mental home first. You got to be booked in jail and then you're released to jail to the mental health people, and because you're in their custody until you're released from them back to the state's custody, because there's different layers there. Because if something happens to you at the state thing where you can't do trial, the court's just like, oh, we just don't give a fuck, just check something on a fucking piece of paper. There's really nothing to that shit. So it's like, I'm just frustrated remembering, not really that frustrated anymore. You can tell I'm talking, it really doesn't fucking matter no more. But I proved myself. But all the dumb shit I was saying and fucking acting fucking nuts is because I was right. You know what I mean? I was thoroughly right, and that's all I had to do. When I proved myself right and I got out, man, I was just like, it was like overwhelming. It was not overwhelming at the same time, strangely, and it was fucking less tense, especially that I'm not on probation anymore. Actually off probation, because technically when I was out on bond, I couldn't leave the state. I still like I was on probation, kind of. Had to go to mental health people, had to do this, had to do that. And that's the thing about it. Oh yeah, the thing about my probation's office, of course, I know I told you, that's actually really what really did happen. I want to touch bases on that. When I got out on bond in 2019, everybody remember I got out and shit, got a haircut and shit like that, right? Okay,